We've got to take off the brake caliper off the fork, take out the axle bolt, take off the triple clamp bolts up here that hold them onto the bike, and remove the forks all together. Once we do that, we can take those caps off the top. Once we get the triple clamp bolts undone and you get the wheel off the bike, get your brake caliper out of the way. Once everything's loose, including these triple clamp bolts back here, up here, I can take this fork and I can twist it and it'll come off. So that's how the fork comes off, but it's going to take me 2 hands to do it. So they just come right off. They slide right out. You can see I've slid it down out of the top clamp, and now I'm going to go ahead and finish it the rest of the way. So then the fork will come out. And there's your fork. Yeah. I'm going to do one at a time. So, hey, we've done a segment on that KLR of mine when the fork seals were bad and what to look out for. When your bike has this on the, like this oil, that's coming from somewhere. And I mean, it's just all over. Look at the fork. This is all oil. And then down here on the fender, it's just covered in it. All that's oil. You see it? So when we see that, we got a problem. And that fork oil is not supposed to be outside the forks. And it'll get down on this caliper right here, because it's down the front. It'll leak down on this caliper. It'll get on that disc and you'll lose front brakes. So there's something to watch out for. Whenever you see the oil like this, investigate your stuff. You know, look at your boots. Look at your front fork seals. There's oil in here. I'll show you in a little bit. So now we've got to take this cap off right here. When I take off this cap, there's going to be a spring in there. It's going to pop out, but I'm going to pour all the liquid out, and then I'm going to be able to get the inside of the forks. So this is a fork tube, and that's a scraper right there. And underneath there's the fork seal. So there's the cap. There's the spacer. And there's the spring and a washer. And then there's the oil. So I've got to get this fork separated. I got to get this tube separated from this right here. And I made a tool to do that, because I have to go up inside this and hold what would be basically a bolt, and so I can turn that. So I fabricated something. The manufacturer suggests you go buy their tool. It's in their manuals. But you can manufacture something if you just look and see what you got to do.